So I actually saved what I think might be the biggest story of the day for last. So if you actually got a notification, I'm glad you're here. And if you enjoy the video, please do remember to click the thumbs up button and consider sharing the tweet that is usually in my pinned comment. It really helps new people find the channel and to get informed, especially when I can't rely on notifications to actually send out. So this year has been the year of, I guess, being offended. It's probably not that different from 2017, but in 2018, being offended over tweets is all the rage. And CD Projekt Red owned company GOG, as well as Cyberpunk 2077, have all had their share of spicy tweets that game journo activists were upset about throughout the year. A brief reminder overview. One of the original ones was the dreaded "Did you assume our gender" meme that they replied back in, I think this was in July, sometime around there. And then they had, oh, I'm sorry, this was in late August. Then they had the peeing on games journalism tweet, which is always great. And of course, games journalists were super offended. And then we had the classic PC games won't be erased on our watch. Now, the 12 trans people who actually buy video games from GOG.com were very offended that they dare co-op a hashtag. Now, this happens all the time. We don't know that the person at GOG.com even knew what the hashtag was, but the thing is, GOG specializes in classic PC games. It actually, if you remove any context from that hashtag, which was trending at that time, it's kind of the perfect fit for GOG, retaining your old games. That didn't stop, of course, the online outrage mob from demanding this person's head on a platter. He was doxxed, I believe, on Reset Era. I hope I'm not incorrect about that, but I'm pretty sure this person was doxxed on Reset Era. And this person also worked as a community manager at on the GOG forums. And it looks like as of late October, this person was in fact terminated. You can see here there is an open letter, which I didn't even notice, inside the GOG.com, where it says, "Today came to my attention that the actual GOG profile of our community manager, Linko90, has obviously been deleted. Many already also have noticed that he has not posted here since the latest Twitter event." So this might mean that GOG's response to the recent events was to just let him go, which would be the easiest but also the most inhumane, unfair reaction. So far, this is just an assumption, of course. In case the assumption should be true, I created this thread to ask people responsible for making the decision to reconsider. In case this should not be true, this thread should prevent those people from even making the wrong decision in the first place. I have been quite active in the forums, visiting them on a daily basis, and in most cases, I like the forums. However, as many noticed, the tone in several threads changed a lot for the worse in recent years, which in the end also made several loyal GOGers, aka customers, leave the forums completely. I stayed, and while I did realize the decline, I was also still hopeful that the forums could be saved if we only had the right person to moderate them. It would take that somebody who is willing to dedicate as much time to them as necessary, and he'd need actually be able to communicate with us, since we all know that one of GOG's biggest problems is communication. So yes, I was hoping for somebody who would be able to finally communicate with us and keeping those that were unwilling to stay civil in line, so that we would have some great discussions without hate speech or verbally killing each other. The heart of this community is still great, and nice would be take some moderation. The GOG forums did not have any moderation, or at least none you could actually call, for quite some time since Fables 22 left, until finally Linko90 was introduced as the community manager here. We got down here at the end, since we had a great run and all was going well until Twitter happened. Twitter? Why do we probably have to lose one of the great community managers because of a tweet people got offended about? This thread is not about the question if the tweets were problematic or not. This has been discussed over and over again elsewhere. This thread is about telling GOG that if it would be bad idea to let a community manager go, which is very hard to find, go just because of a probably problematic tweet. If Twitter is a problem, just don't let them tweet for GOG. Just let them moderate the forums. There's more than enough work in them. He could also help with the updates and blah, 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 blah. This thread was made to ask people to show their support for Linko90 as well, so that GOG might be able to see that I'm not alone with my opinion. I wasn't much of a fan of this, but if all of our assumptions are correct and Linko90 was recently fired, I'd put that in the GOG's F-ups of 2018. It definitely would appear that he has been terminated. And it's really unfortunate. I mean, the idea that the outrage mob, right? The idea every day they come for someone else. They've come for me many times. Sometimes I've asked for it, and other times I haven't. The thought that somebody has any responsibility for somebody else's interpretation of a tweet or somebody else's level of outrage is completely absurd to me. And I hope that Linko90 is doing well. They're welcome to help me out. Clearly, I can't be trusted with my own social media. So, hey, Linko90, reach out to me if anyone knows how to get a hold of them. Maybe I can find you a new job, whether it's helping out the quartering or it's with one of my clients who all need help in the social media area. So please reach out to me if you are in fact looking for something else. And to GOG and CD Projekt Red, I understand why you did this, but I don't support it. It may have been the easy decision, but why not coach? Why not put in certain, if you are going to bend the knee to social media outrage, then why not have a strict set of guidelines for what you're allowed to do with company Twitter profiles? I mean, this seems like the easier solution than simply terminating somebody because a few people were faux outraged. And let me be very clear, these people that were supposedly so offended, you know, they didn't probably buy your games anyway. This is a well-known fact that SJWs don't buy comic books, they don't buy video games, they don't buy your products. So if you're going to bend the knee to them, then you need to arm your social media personalities, employees, whomever they may be, with some very strict guidelines if you're going to hold them accountable for everyone else being offensive or offended, which I 100% don't support. You know, as long as you stay away from attacking your own customer base, I am very supportive of a spicy Twitter profile for companies. I mean, heck, I think Wendy's Twitter profile has been a great marketing tool for them because it isn't kind of your typical buy our stuff, buy our stuff, buy our stuff, buy our stuff, buy our stuff. Companies can have a personality and they're allowed to make jokes and they're also allowed to make mistakes. And it's pretty unfortunate that Linko90 was terminated. It was very unfortunate that they had to get doxxed. And you're welcome on my team, my dude, if you need any help at all. And, you know, maybe let GOG know and CD Projekt Red that you're not a fan of them terminating dedicated employees because a few non-customers got offended online. I hope that you enjoyed today's videos. This is the third video, so make sure if you get a chance to check them all out. I talked about some targeted kind of censorship on two different levels. One, very popular video game YouTuber having his entire channel deleted over some Red Dead Redemption 2 gameplay footage, and another popular YouTuber being terminated, Ralph Retort, over single articles put out by people who are, again, outraged on somebody else's behalf. I wish I didn't have so much bad news all the time, but I do feel compelled to try and inform people that stuff like this is going on. So I hope you were at least informed. Maybe you weren't entertained with today's videos, and we'll talk to you again real soon.